Hey racers, JonRacer3 here today, back for another video. And if you saw last week's video, we have the continuation of the Hot Wheels Super Street Tournament. And as you can see, we have all of the victors and second place victors from last week's race. And we are entering week 3 of the Hot Wheels Super Street Tournament. And like I said, the track is going to have some changes. As you can see, there's a little box underneath the track there, which is going to allow the cars to have a lot of speed heading down this track. So the cars are going to be wiping out harder, but also racing faster. So I'm very excited to see what's going on here. Now, a little difference from last week's video in today's video in terms of rules. It'll still be the first car to 3 wins takes the cake, but this time only one car is going to be moving on to the finals. So then next week will be the final week, and there's going to be a lot of racing for the finale. So I hope you guys are ready for that. So I hope you guys are still cheering on the car that you chose 2 weeks ago, and I think we should just hop right into the races. Let's get started. Our first matchups. Here we go. Now that we have all the cars that won races and got second place in the races last week, we know how fast some of these cars are, so it'll be great to see them race against each other because we know that Lotus is fast and that Ford GT is fast along with the Audi and the Viper. So let's see who's going to take it in the first race of week 3. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Oh, and it's an awful wreck from the Lotus. It looks like the Viper is going to finish on the track, which we know is disqualification because you can't just hop on the Hot Wheels track there. So the Lotus is taking the first win. All right, the Lotus is up 1. We haven't seen a sweep in the entire series, so let's see if the Lotus has what it takes. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, it doesn't look like it. The Ford GT this time with enough speed to knock over the box takes the win. Now the Ford has one and the Lotus. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's an awful wreck. The Lotus is just absolutely destroying the other cars today. The Lotus gets a second win, spitting out the Audi, and the Ford hops on the track, so that's unfortunate. That Viper has not been performing up to par in any of these races. Maybe they can get a win, but one more for the Lotus, and it's over. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and it looks like the Audi is going to be shoving the Lotus into the wall this time, and the Audi gets their first win. Can the Audi make a comeback, or will the Lotus take it? 3, 2, 1. And look at that, the Lotus gets derailed on the track, but as you can see, the Lotus still has wheels on the street track. So the Lotus is going to be taking the win today and moving on to the next week. As you can see, 3 out of the 4 cars there got eliminated, so the second round is not messing around. A lot of cars are going to be wiped out here in this round, so only the fastest can remain. Here we go. We got some fast cars in this batch. We know the Ford GT or Ford Mustang GT is fast, and we also know that Fiesta is fast. Let's see who takes race 1. 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that. It's an awful wipeout, and it's going to be the Lamborghini sneaking by both of the Fords at the very end, taking the first win. Here we go, race number 2. 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that. It was an awful hit from the Ferrari on the border. I think the Mustang won that, but it was a close one. There we go. Now the Mustang has one and the Lamborghini. 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that. The Ford Fiesta absolutely demolishing the Ferrari, giving the Mustang its second win. You can definitely tell these races are much faster than last week with the raised box underneath the table. Because, man, these cars have speed. One more for the Mustang, and it's over. 3, 2, 1. And it's going to be the Ferrari after a couple bad wipeouts at the beginning. Going to take its first win. Mustang finishing last. Still, the Ford Mustang only needs one more, but the Lamborghini and Ferrari now need 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and the Mustang spins out in front of the competition. He's going to spin out but still make the win. It's the Ford Mustang. Moving on. These cars really aren't messing around anymore. If you guys remember, you didn't have to have a lot of speed to move on from week 1, but now the cars that are fastest are moving on here in week 3. Sorry, last week was week 2. This week is week 3. And we know that some of these cars are extremely fast, like that Ford Mustang and that Jag, both extremely fast cars. Let's see who's going to take it in 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that. It is a wipeout from all 4 cars. It's the Jag taking the first win. That Jag and Mustang are looking really good, but personally, I'm rooting for that Lamborghini Centenario. If the Centenario pulled through and won this, it would be huge for the Centenario's career. But let's see who takes it in race 2. 3, 2, 1. And it's going to be that Ford Mustang here taking the win, I believe. Since no one hit the box, it's the farthest car, and I still think that is the Mustang getting its first win. All right, the Mustang has one, and the Jag has one. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and it's an awful wreck from all the cars, but it's going to be the Mustang pulling in front of the Jag, getting his second win. There we go. One more win for the Mustang, and it's over. Can the Jag pull through? 3, 2, 1. It looks like the Jag can pull through. A very close race against the Centenario, but the Jag gets his second win, battling the Mustang. As it reads across the board, 2002 is how many wins each car has, and they need 3. 3, 2, 1. Oh, a bad wreck for the Mustang. That's going to do it for him. The Jag is going to take the win, beating out the competition. Here we go. In the next matchup, we have a supercar versus muscle car showdown. We got the Senna, the Porsche, the Dodge, and the Chevy going head to head. And we know how fast that Dodge is. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. And it looks like it's going to be the McLaren. What the McLaren? The McLaren. What am I saying? The McLaren starting on the front row, taking the win in the first race. Wow, I don't know why I could not speak there. That's one win for the McLaren. Let's see if we can get 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and it looks like the Dodge doing a little bit of a spin move there, hitting one of the bumps. It's going to be the Porsche sneaking around, getting its first win. Both the McLaren and the Porsche have won. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Oh, it is a close race. I think the Chevy managed to sneak that out because the Dodge spun out the McLaren. That's 1 for the green Camaro. Here we go. Every car has a win here except for that Dodge. 3, 2, 1. Just kidding. The Dodge gets his first win, making it 1s across the board. With 1s across the board, it's anyone's game. Let's see who takes it. Oh, it's a wipeout from both cars, the Senna and the Porsche, but it's going to be the Porsche taking its second win. All right, one more win for this Porsche, and it's over. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, and it's an awful wreck from pretty much every car except for the winner, the Dodge, getting his second win. Here we go. Now it's the Dodge and the Porsche up for the winning grabs. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, it is such a close race. The box falls down. I think the Senna might have edged out the Porsche, but I'm not sure. We got to go to replay. After further review of the video, I am going to give that win to the Senna. Man, all of these cars are racing their wheels off. Let's see who actually ends up taking the win. The Camaro still needs 2, but everyone else needs 1. 3, 2, 1. And it's going to be the Dodge in a fair drag race down to the finish line with the Porsche. The Dodge just has the speed, locks onto the Porsche right ahead. The Dodge takes the win. Time for our next matchups. The winners of last week in this matchup are the Koenigsegg and the BMW. The Koenigsegg raced its wheels off to get here in that position. And man, the other cars are very fast. The F1's fast, the Bentley's fast. It's going to be a fast race. Who's going to take race 1 in 3, 2, 1. Oh, and it's an awful wreck. The BMW shoved onto the track, which we know is disqualification, which leaves the Koenigsegg to get the first win. That's 1 for the Koenigsegg. We haven't seen a sweep yet. Maybe it's the Koenigsegg's time. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and it looks like the Bentley is going to wipe out. He had the lead in the bag, but he loses it to the BMW, taking its first win. That's 1 for the BMW and 1 for the Koenigsegg. Here we go, race number 3. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and it's an awful wreck from all of the cars. I believe it's the BMW who managed to finish just in front of the Koenigsegg. That was a close one. That's 2 for the BMW. Can the BMW bring it back and take the win? Or can they make Koenigsegg? That's 2 for the BMW, but can the Koenigsegg bring it back? We're about to find out in 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, it's another big wreck. The BMW tries to pass the Bentley, but it gets derailed. The Bentley, again with all of the wrecks, hitting almost every single bump on the right side of the track, is still going to take the win and get its first win. Maybe the Bentley can bring it back, but the BMW's in a position here. Who's going to take it in 3, 2, 1? It's going to be the BMW blowing past the competition, beating out one of the most loved cars, the Koenigsegg Jesko, for the win. Next up on the check, we have a bunch of fan favorites. We've got the Audi, the Aston Martin, the Bentley, and the Audi R8. So 2 Audis, the RS5 and the R8. Who's going to take it in 3, 2, 1? Oh, it's an awful crash. The Bentley and the R8 hit hard, but it's the Bentley taking the first win. Here we go. The Bentley's up 1. Can he sweep? I say that every time. The one car wins one race, but hey, there's always a chance. In 3, 2, 1. And look at that, the Bentley's going to sneak around the Audi, getting his second win in a row. Maybe this is going to be a sweep. Here we go, the Bentley starting in first again. This could be it. If he gets one more, he's moving on easily. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. It doesn't look like it. The Audi R8 manages to get the win very cleanly down the straight. Bentley, no sweep. Here we go, race number 4. 3, 2, 1. It's going to be close. The Bentley bounces off the Aston Martin DBS and is still not fully on the orange track. So that leaves the Bentley with his third win, taking the win. It would have been a sweep if it wasn't for the Audi R8. Here we go for our next matchup. We have the black Ferrari FXX and the silver Aventador, both cars which have proved very fast on their own. Let's see who takes it in this matchup. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, and it looks like it's going to be the Aston Martin V8 Vantage taking the first win. Here we go, race number 2. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and it looks like it's going to be the Aventador sweeping that one without hitting anything. Here we go with race number 3. Aventador and Aston Martin both have 1. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and it's a crash. The Aston Martin spins out both the Ferrari and the Aston Martin, getting a second win. I think I said Aston Martin. I meant Lamborghini. One more for the Aston Martin, and he takes it home. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. It's going to be close. The Aston Martin, as you can see, went for the Ferrari, but whiffed. It's going to be the Ferrari taking the win. Now the Ferrari has 1, Aston Martin has 2, and the Lamborghini has 1. The Dodge has 0. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's going to be close with the Aston Martin with a little bit of wipeout at the end. It's going to take the win, moving on, beating out his competitors. Before we get into our last 2 matches of week 3, let's go ahead and hear a word from our sponsor. All right, in this next matchup, we have the Honda Civic, the Porsche Panamera, the Nissan Skyline, and the newer Honda Civic. So there's going to be 2 Honda Civics. We're going to call it the Black Civic and the Green Civic. All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Oh, it is a close one, but it is going to be the Porsche Panamera taking the win. Here we go with race number 2. 3, 2, 1. Oh, the Porsche Panamera spins out and is going to lose it to the Green Civic, who eventually loses to Brian in that Nissan Skyline, taking its first win. All right, the Skyline has 1 and the Panamera has 1. The Civics have 0. 3, 2, 1. And the Green Civic is going to get his first win, almost beaten by the Black Civic. Now everyone has a win but the Black Civic. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's going to be close. The Black Civic actually takes it, making it 1s around the board. All right, everyone's tied. It's anyone's game now. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's close, but the Panamera manages to get its second win. Very close race. One more for the Panamera, and it's over. These cars are very evenly matched. 3, 2, 1. And it's going to be the Skyline getting its second win. Oh, it's close. All right, the Skyline has 2, the Panamera has 2, and the Civics have 1. 3, 2, 1. It's a close one. They all spin around, but it's going to be the Green Civic just barely beating the Panamera, getting its second win. This is getting really close. It really is anyone's game. Who's going to take it in 3, 2, 1? And it looks like the Panamera is going to crash out the entire competition, getting its third win, and finally moving on. We've made it to our final match of the week. We've got the BMW M3, the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo, the Matchbox BMW i8, and the McLaren Speedtail. That Lamborghini's quick. I wouldn't be surprised to see it sweep. Hopefully we see one. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Like I thought, the Lamborghini's going to get its first win. Here we go for race number 2. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's another wipeout, but it's going to be close. The Lamborghini barely edges out the BMW M3, both on each sides of the track. That's 2 wins in a row for the Lamborghini. I'm not going to jinx it. One more for that Lamborghini, and it's all over, just like that. Let's see who can take it in 3, 2, 1. It doesn't look like it's going to be the Lamborghini. It's going to be the Speedtail, surprisingly, getting its first win. And no sweeps are happening this week. Let's see if the Lamborghini loses this. It would be the upset of the century. Let's see what happens in 3, 2, 1. And look at that. The Lamborghini flips over. It's going to be the BMW M3 getting its first win. Here we go. Next round. The Lamborghini still only needs one more. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's gonna be close. The Lamborghini spins out the BMW, but is not able to get to the finish line in time. The BMW get its second win, tying the Lamborghini. This could be it with the BMW and Lamborghini tied. It's anyone's game. 3, 2, 1. Oh, the Lamborghini spins out in an awful wreck, and it's the other BMW, the Matchbox i8, getting its first win. Man, people are just not letting this Lamborghini take it home. It really is anyone's race here. Who is gonna take it? I have no idea. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. And it's a close one, but not close enough. The Lamborghini hits the box before his competitors, finally securing the bag and moving on to the final week. And there you have it, folks. We have our final week of races prepared. We have 3 weeks, not 3 weeks, we have 3 series of 3 races, all to see which 3 cars would move on to the finale of the Super Street Cup. And man, these are some fast cars. I mean, we know that Lamborghini's fast. The BMW showed some real promise, as well as that Jag absolutely dominating against some other really fast cars. So I hope you guys are excited for next week, because next week the track lifts up even more. The speeds are gonna be insane, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week for the finale. So take it easy. Peace.